bum. Oh, bum, bum, bum. Dun, 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 bum, bum. Hello. Ooh, look at that guy. Hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic, lovely, deadly, ruthless dinosaur action, as it usually is on Explore, and some slight minor tweaks tonight to make space for that guy. Oh my goodness, I think there is a fantastic case to be made to use Hulking Raptor perhaps instead of Fierce Empath. And if you guys are confused, don't worry, there is a primer as always in the description. But as I always play it, dinosaurs, love it. My favorite way to play them, the Stampede variation, potentially the most deadly, and Pioneer or Explorer cut. How's it going? Hopefully all is well. And yeah, hopefully all is well with everybody watching right now. Later on, hopefully the long weekend went as good as it possibly could. At least it is going to be a short week, so remember the positives, although it wasn't super positive today, I'll tell you that much. A lot of aggro that I faced in this deck is not as fast as aggro, that's just how it is. But going to Hulking Raptor, last night I had tried Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia in the sideboard. Legendary creature, taps for 2 mana of any combination for creatures. It's one thing that gets me too closer. It's painful stuff. I started off with it today for 5 or 6 matches, but again I quickly realized why I don't like to use Gwenna so much. You can't see a second one because it's legendary, and then at some point I was just getting flooded and I had a Gwenna and I didn't need the mana from Gwenna whatsoever. She really does shine when you have slightly cheaper creatures. Hulking Raptor, 5 power, you cast this with Gwenna, she untaps. But anything that is super expensive, triggering Gwenna to untap, you really aren't going to be tabbing her again, unfortunately. You really want to tap her about twice and then have her untap again. Effectively, she taps for 4 mana to help cast 2 creatures if you're casting something with power 5 or greater. But yeah, that definitely doesn't happen too much. Hulking Raptor though, it's a dinosaur, so it does get haste with Regisaur Alpha or Palani's Hatcher. That's always a lovely thing. It triggers Vaultborn Tyrant. It gets me ahead by 2 if it survives, and I don't always need Hulking Raptor to get there. It's just, you know, a lovely extra thing, as I've kind of tried in this spot. Hulking Raptor could be thought of as commune with dinosaurs. I know a bunch of you guys are still using that, and I'm sure I will go back to that, but let's picture that, at least for tonight. That's what will filter it through. If we see Hulking Raptor, it was commune. How is that going to affect things? Of course, Hulking Raptor gets me ahead, plus it's a body. Commune with dinosaurs might grab me a land. Sometimes commune does not. You look at the top 5, can grab a dinosaur, or what do we got going on here? Okay, anyways, I'll get back to it. I'm just getting a text message there, but yes, where was I? Hulking Raptor. Think of commune, grabbing a land or just grabbing a dino. Now this is ramp plus a dino all in one package. Of course, commune, increasing that early game consistency. For 1 green we dig, grab a land that we might desperately need, but I think more often than not, depending how well you mulligan, you're going to get there with the Sylvan Scrying Clifftop, grabbing and putting a 4th land out, and poof, all of a sudden you're really appreciating that Hulking Raptor. I love it. I love it. Is it better than commune with dinosaurs? Of course, that is hard to say. We might get caught out, you know, a couple times tonight where I would have preferred commune instead of hulking. Yeah, we'll see. I say we jump right into it though. Alpine Moon in the sideboard, as always at the moment, for Mono Green Devotion, and yeah, there we go. But with the Alpine Moon there, I did up the sources of red just a touch. I want to be able to cast that Alpine Moon as much as possible without changing things too much. Boseiju who endures, I just decided to trim that. I still have 3 which I'll bring in to destroy Nykthos Shrine to Nyx. But Alpine Moon, it's just so good. 1 red, maybe they destroy it, maybe they don't, but packaging Alpine Moon with Boseiju who endures would be pretty good. This hand, also quite nice. Stomping plus a Forest, plus the Sylvan Scrying. We know we're getting Castle with the Sylvan. Okay, well, I was a little bit scared. Good thing they didn't go with Thoughtseize, but like I mentioned, we're getting Castle, play that next turn. Archdruids, Sunken Citadel, boom. If they don't get rid of Hulking, we're on track to kill them. We're going to make 8. Next turn mono black Devotion. Well, they have to get rid of Hulking. If they don't, they die. I would imagine they have some sort of... probably some sort of... whatchamacallit, removal. You get the... oh, okay, well, now they're just dead. Huh. Of course, in this scenario, Commune might have been kind of nice, but I would imagine Hulking Raptor draws out removal and then we kill him. It kind of mirrors last night for any of you guys that saw. It was a mono black matchup and now they're getting absolutely slaughtered. This definitely was not the case this afternoon. It was mono red. I've faced mono red aggro twice in a row. That was not a pretty sight. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No, that's not too bad. They're dead. Good stuff.
Ruthless aggression.
You know what you can't kill for 1 black. Ghalta, Stampede Tyrant. Hasty, hasty, hasty death. Doesn't get a whole lot more ruthless than that. But hopefully that is a sign of things to come tonight. Again, basically as it happened with the first match last night. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hopefully I don't jinx myself. However, what might help against this Alpine Moon? I would imagine being mono black Devotion. They probably don't have a whole lot of hate for this, and I think that's what we do. Possibly. It's not like their whole plan revolves completely around Nykthos. It just is a way to get them a bunch of extra mana. Pithing Needle. Could be nice to take out Liliana. Huh. I almost just want to keep things the same, really. Kind of want to get rid of Nykthos. Trim the 3 Clifftop Lookouts. Bring in Boseiju who endures. They don't have a whole lot of ways to get Nykthos back. This is not mono green Devotion, so they don't have Cavern of Souls. Cavalier of Thorns. I was going to say Cavern of Souls, but yeah, well, they're not going to be getting Nykthos back. Likely not as explosive, but that hand... technically, I should keep the Forest. If they have a Thoughtseize, it would rip Archdruid's Charm. You know what? I'm going to get rid of the Forest. Oh boy, I'm going to take that risk. Oh, I should not have taken... well, it's not too bad. Carnage Tyrant we get rid of if everything stays. Oh, okay. Well, we just got another one. But if everything stays, we're going to be getting to 7 on turn 4. Able to play T-Rex and hoping that it doesn't get sacrificed. Lovely, though, that we got the Forest. That I had sent to the bottom, so... certainly makes me feel quite a bit better. Oh my, okay, well, if we get something with haste, next turn they die. If we draw Regisaur Alpha or Palani's Hatcher, there's a very good chance of that happening. We're able to make 8 on turn 4. Why couldn't this happen every single match? That's just, hey, you never know what you're going to get, but it is going to be a deadly, deadly time. Oh boy, here goes nothing. Whew. Regisaur Alpha, Palani's Hatcher. Cross your fingers and we'll get him. Oh, not quite. But still, Ghalta, maybe they have a sweeper. It's hard to say. I hope they don't have a sweeper. Deadly cover-up for total of 5. We would lose everybody. Crossing my fingers. Oh boy. Extinction Event. Extinction Event would mean we lose Carnage Tyrant and Ghalta, but we are left with Tyrranax Rex, and that's a pretty decent thing to be left with. Yep, choose even. We get the drill. Oh, Liliana of the Vale. I'll take that. 100%. See if they have removal for Ghalta. I would imagine they do. So it could have been better to get rid of that. Okay. That's all right. Perhaps. Hopefully. Cross your fingers they don't have another Liliana. Oh, never mind. Well, you don't often face off against Phyrexian Arena, but at the beginning of their upkeep, they draw a card and lose the life. They were at 1 life, and there's nothing they could do. Oh, my goodness. Just sending a text message here. We'll get into the next match, and yeah, hopefully a repeat. Right. Yeah, just a text message from one of the guys I work with, and hopefully it's mono black again, but it is always nice to, again, start off with a lovely example. Although the algorithm perhaps is going to send me some losses, maybe it's going to be back-to-back mono green devotion. This is going to feel pretty painful. I think for the most part, if I had to choose, Alpine Moon is probably my favorite thing for mono green devotion. 1 red, Nykthos, taps for 1 green. It can tap for a man of any color, but they really almost never need that. Almost better. If it was 2 lands, 100% I would keep it if Vaultborn was a forest or even a Castle Garenbrig. That would be lovely. If I was on the draw, perhaps. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. Big time. Send the 2 costliest things to the bottom. We are looking to ramp, and just in case the opponent is... Oh, I was joking. I was joking. Mono green devotion. Oh boy. Deja vu. Pretty sure mono green devotion was the second match last night. Well, that's lovely stuff. Clifftop Lookout. We'll see if we get a castle. We know Archdruids would have... Oh. Well, alright then. Clifftop Lookout for 3 gets a castle, puts it out. Archdruid's still left. We're grabbing a Sunken, putting it onto the battlefield. And we're feeling pretty darn good. Of course, we don't need Hulking Raptor, the mana from it, at all in this moment. Would we like Commune with Dinosaurs? Would we have liked it more? Hulking Raptor as some other creature completely? How often do I need the mana from Hulking? Do I appreciate it quite a bit? We'll find out. I mean, I could play Hulking right now. You know what? We'll go with Hulking. I would play Archdruid's Charm to put the Sunken out, but Hulking would also serve as a Sunken Citadel. Either way, I'm getting 2 ahead, but I don't get 2 ahead that turn. I couldn't have played Ghalta. Now Hulking at the very least could attack, and I'm certainly not going to block. And at least they don't have Nykthos Shrine to Nyx. That's beneficial for us, big time. Okay, I think if they can grab it, they can. Oh boy, yeah. Okay, we're dead. Done. We didn't have a Regisaur Alpha or a Palani's Hatcher, but yeah, no, that's not happening. If you play enough against Mono Green Devotion, you know when it's all done for. Oh, well, Alpine Moon. Not the Hornet Queen. Boseiju. Trim that Clifftop. 3 of them. For the 3 Boseiju, Hulking Raptor. All of those. Okay. Hulking with Bonehorde Dracosaur. I do like that. Samuel, absolutely. I do wish I could make Bonehorde Dracosaur work a little bit more. A dragon dinosaur from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. For anybody that is wondering. Pretty darn fantastic. This hand 100% has to be a keep, but keep in mind, Archdruid's Charm, I need 3 green. I want to choose red for Sunken so that I can tap for 1 red to play the Alpine Moon, but then I'm held off just a bit. We have to choose red now. Hopefully we draw another land. We should, I would imagine, to get the 3rd source of green, but this could be quite painful. Every other land in the deck would be green except for the single Cavern of Souls, so we have to watch out. But going with the green theme, Bonehorde Dracosaur needing 2 red, sometimes that is pretty hard to manage, I must admit. Yeah. Whew. Kind of hoping they Boseiju who endures on the Alpine Moon and then I get my forest there. That really would be quite fantastic. Just some elves, okay, we're not dead. Oh, yeah. Hey, at least I mentioned what might happen, and sadly it is coming to fruition. Archdruid's Charm would have at least put another land out. We would be able to make 6 next turn, hopefully drawing a land for the turn, and then able to play a Vaultborn Tyrant, potentially. Getting 2 Invasion of Ixalan's, not the worst thing in the world, but again, keep in mind, if at any point they take out the Alpine Moon with the Boseiju, we're looking good. We're not looking so good with the card draw. I'm actually hoping they get a Boseiju. That could simply spell their doom. Archdruids, I would search for a 2nd Sunken, put it out, boom, Ghalta, everybody hasty. We don't have too many more turns here, unfortunately. Okay, well, I don't need another Alpine Moon, which, you know, we can kind of see the painful part. I don't need to name really any other land. A Lair of the Hydra could be one, but yeah, of course I could have less than 4 Alpine Moons, but I want to hurt Mono Green Devotion, so having 1 or 2, I would never rely on that. I wouldn't even waste space bringing in 2 to hopefully maybe get it. I want multiples because, I mean, I was fortunate. Well, hoping I would be fortunate enough that they would take it out with Boseiju and I would get that land, but just not the case. Well, there's the Boseiju. A little bit too late, unfortunately. They get us next turn. Yes. A lesson in caution, at the very least. We'll see if it's round 2, Mono Green Devotion coming up. But I think I should tweak things a little bit, Samuel. Going back to your comment about the Bonehorde Dracosaur, I don't know that I necessarily need it. Would possibly switch it out with Hulking Raptor, but you can only use red on it, and I kind of like having just a little bit more that I can play with Castle Garenbrig, something that costs 4 or 5 or 6. On turn 4, I could make the 6 green with Castle Garenbrig's ability as always, but I'm held off of the Bonehorde Dracosaur continuing on turn 5. I still might not be able to play it because I can't make the second red you need for it. So that brings me back to take out the Dracosaur, put in something that only requires green, and then I'm at the very least able to consistently cast it. But again, things could be tweaked, and with mono white humans, faced them at least once today. Might have been 2, it's hard to keep track. I was spamming as many matches as possible. Seemed like a decent-ish hand, a little bit more risky, with 2 Stomping Ground and a Forest. 3 Stomping Ground now. At the very least, we're able to play Palani's Hatcher next turn. Multiple bodies in one. We're going to hope that the chump wins out. Which it should. As long as they don't have Brave the Elements for all the creatures to attack, and not fun. Intrepid Paleontologist. Hey, no, not right now. Mina Harker, which is Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, I believe, taxes Archdruid's Charm. If we let Thalia enter, we wouldn't have been able to cast Archdruids right now, which is the critical moment we need to. I'm quite excited about Palani's. Bunch of blockers, that's where it's at. Oh, beautiful. It's really what we want. But definitely the Paleontologist, having the activated ability for 2 to exile a card. If it is a dinosaur exiled with that Paleontologist, you're able to cast it, which is quite nice indeed. Potentially getting them back, and you can use Castle Garenbrig's ability 3 times with the Paleontologist. It's not just to cast creatures, it's for their activated ability. So yeah, it's quite nice. Brave the Elements coming in hot, I suspect. Could be a little bit scary. Is Mina Harker going to get a little bit more powerful? I say we take out the Hopeful Initiate. Hopefully. Oh my. Trumpeting Carnosaur. Yes, Samuel, that would be good. That would be good. Hey, at least I knew exactly what the opponent would do. All their white creatures gained protection from green. They didn't die. Mine did. However, I just get to play another Palani's Hatcher and hope they don't have another Brave the Elements. That would be rough stuff. At least I do have those Dinosaur Egg tokens. Chump blockers, that's where it's at. At the very least, Palani's Hatcher does buy me time. Oh yeah, that would be good. Definitely with the Intrepid Paleontologist, tapping for a man of any color, not just for a dinosaur like Ixalis Lorekeeper for a single green. The Paleontologist would be a perfect fit for a dinosaur deck that included Trumpeting and Bone Horde. I mean, we're not dead yet, quite. Oh boy. Guess we'll block the big stuff. Oh, okay, that's also painful-ish. We're still not dead though. Vaultborn Tyrant would be nice. Would have been nice. Yeah, too big at this point. Regisaur Alpha, we would have just continually chump blocked and not been able to make it happen. Greetings, yes. Yeah. I don't know, talking about the Trumpeting Carnosaur and the Bone Horde Dracosaur does make me wonder. But again, I want to keep doing stuff on turn 4. Whether I can use all of the 6th green from Castle Garenbrig or not, that's really what it all revolves around. It might not, for some of you if you tweak it a bit, but just focusing on this, remembering, turn 4, 6 green. What creature can I play for 6 green or 5 accelerated a little bit more? And I have to imagine there's got to be some creature for 6 that only requires green that maybe would have more of an impact than the Bonehorde Dracosaur. But Hornet Queen it is. Trim the Tyrranax Rex and hopefully we Rex him. Alright. Clifftop Lookout as well. Lovely stuff. Again, as I'm sure many of you have experienced, or some of you, playing the cliff top, getting a land, the one closest to the top, and then it's left behind as a blocker, buys just enough time, just a sliver, to get you by and taking out the opponent. That, give it a go. 4 lands plus the Hulking Raptor. Technically we would get to 8, but we'll see. Certainly could have been a lot worse than that. Of course, it is a pretty painful and unfavorable matchup anyways. Well, it's hard to say. Clifftop Lookout, entering, grabbing a land, putting it out. The one closest to the top. Fierce Empath does quite a bit different stuff, but you might like a mixture of creatures that cost 3. You could play Fierce Empath plus a Clifftop Lookout on turn 4. A total of 6 mana with Castle Garenbrig's ability there. So I think that is quite nice indeed. You might have Fierce Empath plus Topiary Stomper for a total of 6. Just kind of mixing and matching. That is kind of why I like the Fierce Empath. But again, sometimes you just need to see Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. The Fierce Empath would get that, and I mean, if we had Ghalta next turn, they would die. Pretty good. Hopefully. Could have played, keep in mind, could have played the Fierce Empath on turn 3, grabbed Ghalta, hulking on turn 4. We got that Ghalta ready and waiting that we grabbed with the Empath and set up quite nicely. Oh, the Elvish Rejuvenator. That would be good too. That is one to think about. But yeah, no blocks. Right, if they have Brave the Elements, they win. If they don't, well, we'll see. Gotta be Hornet Queen, though. Big time. Oh boy. Here goes nothing. I mean, I get to trade with everything they have, which is a pretty sweet thing. But yeah, the Elvish Rejuvenator. Okay, never mind. Yep. That's... Sometimes you just lose. Literally. They made all their creatures unblockable. There's nothing differently I could have done at the moment. Could have brought in Blast Zone. Enters with a charge counter. If I popped it with 1 charge counter, paying 3, would have taken out all non-land permanents with a mana value of 1, or based on the number of charge counters, and that can be painful for humans. Brave the Elements does not save against colorless destruction, which Blast Zone is, or Ratchet Bomb, a couple other things. But going to the Elvish Rejuvenator, we could talk about that a little bit. Yeah, that would be interesting. A little bit of a tangent right here, but we'll get right back into the matches after I search it. There's a lot of lovely potential things with enter the battlefield effects. Keep in mind, even if it's a dinky little creature, at the very least, Ghalta putting it out is still pretty good value. Aggro has cut 100%. I still would prefer facing off against aggro than Amalia. I think most people would prefer aggro than Amalia. That was fairly miserable, for sure. Rejuvenator, okay. Looking at the Elvish Rejuvenator, when it enters, we look at the top 5, put a land from among them onto the battlefield, tapped. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Well, it could be nice. A Clifftop would be strictly better than this, though. We're guaranteed to get a land with Clifftop Lookout. It is good to compare and know, well, it's not strictly better, but Basically, you might have a deck that cares about elves. Clifftop, we get a land guaranteed. Elvish Rejuvenator, there might not be a land in the top 5, so we might not get anything. There might be a couple lands. I don't want to send a couple lands to the bottom. I would just get that top one. Say there's 3 in the top 5. 2 of those 3 will go to the bottom and I wouldn't get to draw them. I would get the first one, boom, draw the next few. Of course, you never know how your deck is shuffled usually, but it is something to think about. Clifftop, guaranteed. Clifftop is a 1/2 reach. Elvish Rejuvenator is a 1/1 no reach. So that right there alone certainly makes it better. But anything that it's a creature that gets the land onto the battlefield the turn you play it, something to consider for sure. Block, advance the game plan, whether it is something big or not, you're doing a bunch of things. That's very positive. Okay. I think that is a pretty positive hand. Certainly could be worse, but we know Sylvan Scrying grabbing the castle. Well, okay, it was decent and now it got quite a bit better. Facing off potentially against Dimir rogues. Control. Okay. Lovely that they tapped out on turn 2. I was worried they would have a counter spell. Now they might be kicking themselves. I hope that I can go off with the second Sylvan, play the Sunken Citadel that I grab. Don't imagine that's going to happen, but we'll test it out. Oh, ooh. I suspected maybe they wouldn't have a counter spell, but now things have just gone absolutely downhill. Or they're holding a counter spell for a scary thing. But I have my one of Cavern of Souls, and that's going to probably bring them a lot of pain. Sheoldred is good. If we see another Archdruids or a Sylvan, it would be quite deadly. Not super deadly there, but at least we get to play Tyrranax Rex. Hopefully they don't play any other creature that can crew the Bankbuster. That'd be rough. Oh, okay. Taking 8. Vaultborn Tyrant has to be coming down next turn. Stabilize a bit, gain some life. Maybe they kill it and then we gain some more life with the copy. We're not dead yet, keep in mind. Not quite. 5, 3. If they play some creature that can crew the Bankbuster attacking with Sheoldred, Trespass, we'll see. Archfiend, oh, are you kidding me? Metamorphic Alteration, oh, yeah, we lose. Oh boy. Never had that happen before. No, I have that was very quick for anybody that didn't catch it. That is a deck I have faced before. So, for anybody that has not had the pleasure or the pain of facing Dimir control, Dimir midrange with the Metamorphic Archfiend finish. They have an Archfiend of the Dross Metamorphic Alteration. When they cast it, as it enters they choose a creature. They chose my Vaultborn Tyrant. It became a copy of the Archfiend, except my Archfiend, the Vaultborn, didn't have any oil counters, so when it came around to my turn, I instantly lost. As a part of Archfiend's ability, at the beginning of your upkeep, remove an oil counter. If it has no oil counters, you lose the game. I lost the game, and again, sometimes you just lose. There's no real way to play around that. I needed to play Vaultborn. I needed to stabilize a bit. But we do know what they're on, and Boseiju who endures would help us endure. That's for sure. Trim 3 Hulking Raptors, again, facing off against Dimir. Chances are they could remove it pretty easily. But we do have the Boseiju now to take out that metamorphic alteration and save us big time. You can't counter the channel discard from Boseiju, which is very nice indeed. Kind of like that hand. As long as we go off with Sylvan Scrying. If they don't go turn 1 Thoughtseize or Duress, boom, Sylvan, we're in a pretty good position. 3 other things that cost 3. Oh, something's coming down. Something is resolving. I would figure. Never mind. I jinxed myself. Whew. Well, Sylvan Scrying gone. 100%. Gotta be. It is kind of cool. I mean, it's not cool to lose, but it is cool to feature and at least talk about stuff you don't always see. I'm always happy to do that. Okay, so worth a risk. We don't have Leyline of Sanctity, and not that I would bring in Leyline of Sanctity. Weathered Runestone. Okay, that doesn't do a whole lot for me. Just doesn't. Heaped Harvest. I might have to look at that. I don't know if it's Explorer legal. Maybe it is. I'm always interested in new stuff, and well, I guess that's probably going to be it. Ashiok, Dream Render. We can't search with Archdruid's Charm. Okay, he played a whole bunch of stuff that just shut us down quite a bit. Clifftop Lookout. Oh, that Castle Garenbrig would have been good. I was going to drop. Oh, phew. Okay, keep in mind, Clifftop isn't searching. We get that land. Good. I don't need a Tyrranax Rex on top. I need to hopefully get a land, but Heaped Harvest, huh? I'll have to keep that in mind. Probably get rid of a creature. Archdruid's Charm not doing a whole lot. Would be nice to take out Ashiok. That's just not going to happen. I'll wait and block the Archfiend of the Dross, potentially. Get a land. Oh boy, let's see a land. Carnage Tyrant. Oof, lovely. At least we got something. Of course, they could go Metamorphic Alteration on the Clifftop Lookout, and then we would be done. Oh, good. We're not dead yet. Not quite. Archfiend is going to take out, well, Carnage is going to take out Archfiend with an Archdruid's Charm next turn. I like the sounds of that. Might as well stop ourselves from taking 6. If I draw a land that enters untapped, a source of green, I could take out 2 things. That'd be quite nice indeed. Oh, okay. I like the sounds of this. We're just gunning for Ashiok. Oh boy. Will they make Hive of the Eye Tyrant a creature? Double block with the Graveyard Glutton. Oh. Okay. Interesting. I like this. We'll see. Archdruids to take out Archfiend, quite nice indeed, or just 2 of their things. I'll happily do that. I think I might do that. Boom. Done. Love it. And we don't even touch them, which is nice. It's not fighting removal. Carnage Tyrant is left as healthy as possible. 1, 2, 3, I can make 6, 7. You know what? I'm going to search for a Vaultborn Tyrant instead. I like the sounds of that. Lovely stuff. I'm able to play it, might as well gain some life, negate the hit from Hive of the Eye Tyrant. It's really what we're looking for at this point. They don't have an Archfiend of the Dross. We don't have to worry about... Yeah, there you go.
You won! You did it!
You have no power here.
Okay. Phew. Man, that is a slugfest. We know what they're doing. We know how to get them. how to make it so they can't counter what they're trying to do. But they don't always do that combo. Sometimes you will just get caught out with random and uncommon stuff game one. Just, you can get them. You can get them. I'm just pretty happy we persevered and we got through some Thought Seizes, Ashiok, not a great time there. Archdruid's Charm, again, not searching for a creature or a land. We can't search our library. It's very painful indeed. The Weathered Runestone didn't do anything, but I think that hand might. Pretty sure. I mean, 4 lands is lovely. Facing off against a deck with Thoughtseize, they can't get rid of that. And we lose Hulking Raptor. Think about it. There's Sylvan Scrying we could draw in the first couple turns, then Archdruids, a Clifftop Lookout, 12 things. Or we just straight up draw, you know what, I'll go with Commercial District, just in case. Okay, well, what was I saying? There you go. Lovely. Go with Sunken coming up. We have to have 3 on turn 3. Certainly I want Sunken down before Commercial District. With Boseiju we will hopefully get to, okay, Ashiok, slightly rough. But again, we got the good old Clifftop. Got a lovely blocker for potentially their decent oh, and another Sunken. Well, hey look, I could have searched for that Sunken with an Archdruids I couldn't have with Ashiok, and oh no, they have hopefully we see Boseiju. Cross your fingers they don't have Metamorphic Alteration. I was kind of tempted to block the Bankbuster there just in case they did. But yeah, we'll see. I'll go with another Clifftop. Oh boy. Clifftop could have been dead blocking the Bankbuster, and oh, they got it, don't they? They're looking at stuff. Okay, that's not too bad. I mean, it is painful. We're taking 8, and oof. But at least we haven't lost completely. That's good. Vaultborn, Clifftop. Not exactly going to do the trick. Could potentially. No, that's not going to do it. Clifftop would have to block Archfiend. We would lose 2 life. Other stuff would connect. Ouch. No. Nah, we took him down once at the very least. Certainly, the field has been blown wide open, at least for myself. Of course, it was pretty open before the bans, but it's a lot more open than before, which does, kind of make things a little bit hard to tweak for. Nothing is super common, and well, you don't want to spread yourself too thin trying to be good against all this stuff, and then you might end up with not a very strong plan at all. This, though, I think it's reasonable enough. The 2 lands, Sylvan Scrying grabbing the 3rd, Castle Garenbrig, hinging or hoping to get a 3rd source of green, naturally drawing it. But I do like seeing Cavern. Certainly 100% keep if Cavern was any other land, because it would have been a source of green. But oh, something black, that could be rough. Oh boy. Clifftop Lookout next turn would certainly be ideal. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Carnage Tyrant it is. If I get a chance, I'm going to go with Hulking Raptor. For sure. Mono black, snow, discard, it appears. Huh. Leyline of Sanctity might have been nice here, but Regisaur to get that packing. That's not going to do it. Of course, the one land that doesn't help me cast Archdruids is out with the Cavern. All hope is not lost. You know, they're not a very aggressive deck, and it is nice to see the lovely Fatal Push go down. Not very useful against us right now. Pretty much a dead card at the moment. Huh. I mean, I kind of want to take out Liliana with T-Rex if at all possible. Two of them. Okay, two of them. This could be rough. I wasn't going to reveal Hulking Raptor. 100% that would have been discarded. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Nuts. At the very least, you're seeing how Hulking Raptor, if it was commune in this instance, we would have spent 1 green, dug, likely grabbing the other source of green for Archdruids, going off with that, playing a Sunken, possibly commune that Hulking Raptor would have grabbed a Sunken, put it out the following turn, the Archdruids grabs and puts the second Sunken, and yeah, of course it is a very small sample size, but it is nice to see how one thing would be better in some situations and another thing not so much. Oh, another Acquisitions X broke. It's okay. Mono black discard, I guess. Oh, I mean, the Sunken Citadel is pretty sweet. Liliana's doing the -6, so we do die, unfortunately. Yeah, that's that would have been good. Leyline of Sanctity, stopping Acquisitions Expert, the Thoughtseize, of course. Blood on the Snow, though, with mono black snow. Have to worry about this potentially. It's a sweeper, potentially destroying all creatures, which I might want. Vaultborn Tyrant, but it's a sorcery. That's what I'm getting at, as most sweepers are. However, they could use removal on the single Palani's or Regisaur Alpha, stopping me from getting haste with everybody. Maybe I don't want to play into a sweeper too much. Kind of like the Hornet Queen a bit. Nothing specifically at the moment would help greatly, although Pithing Needle, if we named Liliana, that would be nice. Or one of the manlands. We wouldn't have to worry too much about taking a little bit of extra damage. Yeah, I'll go with that. Hulking Raptor. We'll trim it. Big time. Again, especially being against a black deck, they're going to have removal. Hulking, if it is the first creature I play, it's probably gone. So I don't really want to rely on that. That's a lot better. Beautiful, actually. Got the lovely Pithing Needle. We'll wait. Maybe Thoughtseize will get rid of it instead of Sylvan Scrying. Okay, I like this. Should you always play Clifftop before an Archdruids if you have both in your hand? Possibly. It is nice to preserve the Archdruid's charm to get an... Oh! Clifftop got a Sunken. Archdruids would have got a Sunken. This is definitely better. We have to discard something, though. Pithing Needle it is. We might not need that at this point. They don't have a Liliana, so that's it's fine by me. Another Sunken next turn, and if we get a Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, their chances have sunken. We can't block the Thought Stalker Warlock. Oh, okay, another one. Not the greatest thing in the world, but what can you do? Oh. That's rough. Did I play Clifftop the previous turn? Huh. Maybe I didn't. Anyways. Thoughtstalker Warlock. Painful. Pretty sure I could have cast Archdruid's Charm there. I had a brain fart. We'll get him. Hopefully. One of the Palani's Hatchers next turn would be certainly ideal. Yep, you got a lot of discard. We get the drill. Certainly. Oh, Commercial District, lovely stuff. Able to make 7 next turn. Redemption and the Stomping Ground, keeping that on top. Beautiful. And maybe the Clifftop Lookout will block the Smuggler's Copter, but it's not like we're super low at the moment. I know at least I'll be able to play Tyrranax Rex. Or Palani's Hatcher. Maybe they would have something to make me sacrifice a creature. I'll take the 3 just in case they have Shieldred's Edict, and then I can preserve Tyrranax Rex. That's really what I'm looking for. Rankle, okay. Rankle is a little bit rough, but Tyrranax Rex is also pretty rough and good. It's good stuff. At the very least, I know I am going to get to connect with it. We'll have to sacrifice Tyrranax Rex, I would imagine. But I wanted that chance just to, take a decent chunk off of them. Yeah, well, that's painful. Hopefully they can't kill Clifftop Lookout. We have to stop Rankle from dealing damage to us, if at all possible. You have to, okay. It's all good, I hope. Oh, okay. Rough. Maybe. Oh, phew, my goodness. That was a close one. I was almost certain they were going to have removal for the Clifftop. If Rankle had connected, we would have been forced to discard Palani's Hatcher. We might still be forced to do so. Well, might as well play everything I have. If I have nothing, I don't have to discard anything good. Very good if they have that Shieldred's Edict. And they could have Blood on the Snow, but we're going to be as ruthlessly aggressive as possible. Faceless Haven is only a 4/3. I know what I'm doing. Big time. Guess it will be a fish with Fountain Port there. Stopping maybe that 3/3 dino. We'll see. Caught between a rock and a hard place. I still have 2 creatures to block, so that does feel pretty good. Oh, yes, you finally got here. Good. Yeah, I know some of you do have quite a bit of a time difference. 100%. I do appreciate it, hearing from anybody that's new, but especially the long-time subscribers. And I know a couple of you are from Poland. It's cool. I got to admit. Liliana of the Vale. Liliana of the Vale, potentially. We're just going to sacrifice the dinosaur egg, but just knowing that I have people watching all over the world. Really neat. Not too sure what they think they can make happen. It appears like we'll get them. Yeah, don't worry. Palani's Hatcher will be sacrificed. Unless they can take out Tyrranax. Oh, they got Shieldred's Edict, do they? Or don't they? Huh. They might have Shieldred's Edict. We'll see. Oh, phew. Okay, they don't. I'm always trying to spread the Dino Stomp. Absolutely. I'm always having a good time, and yes, well, it was a nice way to start Squad Painter. It started almost quite similar to last night. A little bit downhill, mono white aggro and mono green devotion. I just have to do that again. Thinking about Pithing Needle. I'll keep it in. Nice to turn off a Planeswalker. But yeah, I know some people watching it, maybe they haven't watched for a while, but from Chile, Rome, we got Texas, Poland. Oh, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah. Just keep adding more, meeting more fantastic people, and it'll just grow and grow and grow. I don't plan to stop anytime soon, if ever. Might as well continue, throw any and all free time I have. Not exactly, I still spend time with my kids and whatnot, but I might as well pour my time into this instead of spending it on fluff. It definitely makes me feel better. That's for sure. I mean, I would feel better with 2 lands. I could risk it. No, we're not. Oh, phew. Glad I listened to my gut. Again, the Pithing Needle to name Liliana of the Vale. We have to discard less and sacrifice less. Gonna go with Vaultborn. I like the card draw. Carnage Tyrant, I do imagine we would just potentially have to sacrifice anyways. And if they don't have hand hate, which I'm sure they do, okay. Acquisitions expert, not too much of a problem. Stick with that forest. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. We got Sylvan for Castle. Archdruid's Charm, we're going to go with that. We want the Sunken Citadel. Clifftop, well, as it's happened multiple times tonight, it's grabbed a Sunken, but I don't want to risk that. Oh, okay. Well, guess I'm probably playing Clifftop instead. Yeah, a Bandit's Talent. Samuel, 100%. It is rough because it doesn't target us. That really is the main thing. I think it reads, each opponent discards a card, so the Leyline of Sanctity giving me hexproof, well, it hurts and stops a lot of their discard. A Bandit's Talent and the Stinging, if we have 1 or less cards in our hand. It might be no cards. Also, not great. Maybe wait a sec if they have a Field of Ruin or something like that. Okay, Gifted Aetherborn. I can play Vaultborn Tyrant next turn, really. It is going to be quite fantastic. That should help us stabilize well enough. Oh, well, okay. You see why I want to see Vaultborn every single game. Of course, that's the game of Magic. You just don't. But Bandit's Talent, Samuel, 100% increased mono black discard, or a deck with discard as its focus quite a bit. A little painful. Extinction event. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Vaultborn Tyrant 100%. Just play another one. Hope they don't have another extinction event. We want to draw into the next land, and Vaultborn Tyrant is going to help with that more than anything else. We get actual draw. Yeah, don't worry. I'll trade. That's what I want. Good. I do imagine they have some sort of removal for the copy that was made, but we're getting... Well, we got there. Oh, gee, I wonder if I need Pithing Needle. The opponent might be stinging if I'm able to drop all this nasty damage. Okay. Regisaur Alpha. Oh, Palani's Hatcher. There you go. Well, Samuel and everybody else that has felt the pain of mono black discard, whatever variation.
Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
And that's sometimes how it goes with mono black discard, they sometimes have to discard themselves, mostly with Liliana of the Vale, but it gets into a top deck war. And if you're in a top deck war, as I've said many times before, with a deck like this, everything you top deck, if it's a creature, it's going to be at least pretty decent. You don't have to worry about a mana dork, even though I love mana dorks for their acceleration potential, but you don't have to worry about drawing that because you don't have any. It's pretty simple. Yeah. But again, I would lose to the faster dinosaur variation if I faced off against it. More often than not, they would just they're just a touch too quick. Oh yes, I forgot about that point. It's been a little bit since I've faced a deck with Bandit's Talent. I appreciate it. It is quite a bit of value for sure. I've actually kept the hand against mono black waste not discard using the Bandit's Talent. I got rid of every card that wasn't a land. I kept the hand with just lands to be impervious to Thoughtseize. If they went with that, which they did on turn 1 in that match, they couldn't get rid of anything. I only had lands, but then on turn 2 they played Bandit's Talent and I didn't have a non-land card to discard, so with Bandit's Talent you have to discard 2 lands. It was rough. It was very rough. That hand would be rough. This one also kind of rough. I'm going to keep it though because I have Commercial District. I get a touch closer. Will I like Hulking Raptor? Certainly like it a little bit more than Palani's Hatcher. We have 4 chances to get to the 3rd land. Oh, Yorion. Oh boy. Well, speaking of discard, it's discard again. This is likely Orzhov, black and white Yorion. Whatchamacallit? Doom Foretold. There's a Sylvan Scrying. Boom. The opponent. Oh my. Oh. Well, look at that. All of a sudden, poof. Our chances just went through the roof. If they play a Source of White, though, that is definitely it. Oh, yeah. Yorion, Doom Foretold. You were told. Oh boy. Vaultborn Tyrant would be nice. Vaultborn could be our sacrificial thing at the beginning of our upkeep. With Doom Foretold, we have to sacrifice a non-land, non-token permanent, I'm pretty sure. Well, we'll grab Castle Garenbrig 100%. That's definitely what we need. We already got a Sunken. Next turn playing the... Well, I could play Hulking, but again, they're going to make me sacrifice a thing. I can't rely on Hulking Raptor in this particular matchup. It's going to die to something. It's either an artifact that enters that makes me sacrifice a creature, or an enchantment. Stuff with enter the battlefield effects. Trial of Calamity, I believe it's called, from Hour of Devastation. Boseiju Dimir might be looking for Doom Foretold. That would be fun. I've been playing against Doom Foretold for quite some time. Oh, Demonic Pact. Okay, that's also potentially painful. So Demonic Pact, they're going to bounce it or sacrifice it. They're looking to bounce it before they have to choose the last mode, which is they lose the game, then all the choices reset and they get to choose down the line and do their thing. And I mean, if we get Ghalta next turn, we would be in a very good position. Devastating a lot of people. Now with a creature out, will that entice them to play Doom Foretold? I mean, I don't like getting rid of 2 things, but hulking in a forest, that's going to be it. I can make 7 at the moment. I can play Vaultborn Tyrant, which is what we're going for here. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's not like I haven't been playing against Doom Foretold since the original, the whatchamacallit, the first visit to Eldraine. Not sure why I can't remember the original Eldraine something. But you get the idea. I've been playing Arena since beta. I've faced off against Doom Foretold before. Oh boy. And it is lovely stuff. The enchantments with enter the battlefield effects, Hopeless Nightmare. Whenever it's put into a graveyard, they get to scry. Doom Foretold, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, they have to sacrifice a non-land, non-token permanent. So they actually get a benefit of having to do that usually painful thing. And they get the scry trigger with the Hopeless Nightmare. This is good. We have to sacrifice Vaultborn. We can't attack with it, but we get that copy, which is what I'm looking for. Okay, we don't get the copy. We lose it. Card draw and whatnot. Archdruid's Charm to exile Doom Foretold. I might actually do that. Oh, it's okay. The double Tithing Blade. That's a lot of fun. Okay, well, Clifftop Lookout. I don't need any more lands at this point. I mean, I could play Carnage Tyrant, but we would have to sacrifice it. Almost certainly. I'm pretty certain, but there is a sliver where we might not have to. An enchantment or an artifact, you never know. Hopefully not. If Carnage Tyrant survives one turn, I'd be quite happy. This is just a very annoying deck to face overall. I imagine Yorion, they're going to pay the 3 to bring it into their hand and then look to bounce everything next turn. Probably. Hopefully. Do it. Do it. You know you wanna. Oh boy. Could be good. Get it into your hand. Come on. I think they have to, pretty much. Yeah. Okay. They have to get rid of Demonic Pact. Okay. Interesting. I say we wait. If they play a land, they can bring Yorion in plus play it, bounce everything. Never mind. Doom Foretold, it's not too bad. We're going to take it out. We wait just a bit. Oh, boom, Archdruid's Charm. There we go. Lovely stuff. Actually, I probably should just search for Ghalta at this point. You know what? We're going to search for Ghalta. If we get Regisaur or Palani's for the turn, it's going to feel good. Hopefully it's some big creature. Oh, well, all right. We have to sacrifice a lot of creatures, I would imagine. We don't kill them. They are at a pretty healthy 29. But that's a decent recovery. Phew. Right. Hopefully they don't have a sweeper. Tithing Blade, both of them, when those are bounced with Yorion, well, it would force us to sacrifice the dinosaur egg. A couple other things. I think we could still get him. We've taken him down a pretty big chunk. Oath of Kai is going to take out Palani's Hatcher when it re-enters at the end of their turn. Doom Foretold they'll leave around. Yeah, we'll see. At the very least, I think we'll still have Vaultborn Tyrant. But they are 100% playing Yorion. Don't have too many more chances. If the Vaultborn token can stick around, really. Oh, okay. Well, that tends to do the trick. Okay, that's something. Not too bad. And you just lose. We're not going to recover from that anytime soon. Alright. Boseiju who endures. Will we endure? Hard to say. Hulking Raptor, though, against the deck with as many sacrificing things as this. Back to nature. The card that some of you guys know. Instant. For 1 in the green. Destroy all enchantments. That just decimates this deck. You have to wait for a good amount of value. Taking out Doom Foretold. All the other enchantments. It's pretty fantastic. Doesn't take out the artifacts, of course, but usually it buys enough time. Sometimes. Just have to be basically pretty fast. We look to pop off with the usual amount of
Ruthless aggression.
the lovely ruthless aggression. Attacking in the single turn, we get to surprise them. Because a lot of their stuff happens at sorcery speed. So we definitely have the chance to catch them off guard. This, maybe if I had a Sylvan Scrying. Off of the Sunken, grabbing a castle, able to make 6 with those 3. Wow, that's worse. That's a lot better. Ghalta and a Hulking. Sounds good to me. Add 2 Ghaltas and again Hulking Raptor. Well, we would be losing that. Quite a bit. I have thought about it a little bit, Victor. This is definitely my absolute favorite way to play, though. 100%. Big time. Yeah, just one-on-one. Something about it. I love that Archdruid's Charm, though. Next turn, able to make 7. And with the Rockfall Vale, I will get to make 8. So if they make me discard, not too much of a problem. Sylvan Scrying, poof. Use that as the sacrificial thing if we have to. Yeah, I like this. I like it quite a bit. Oh, 100%. But I do like to dip my toe into Brawl on Arena here. Every once in a while. Nice to see and experience other formats that some of you guys enjoy. Nothing for 1. Oh, okay. Archdruid's Charm, lovely stuff. We search for Regisaur Alpha. Will we get him? Oh, hard to say. Yeah, I'll go with Palani's Hatcher. We get any other dino, they're cooked. Oh, well, okay. With so many dinos and only 20 lands, sometimes that does still happen. At the very least, we get a deal 15. Hopefully they don't have an extinction event, but this is going to be our best bet. Not quite as ruthless as I would have thought, but... Shifting Woodland. Oh, I would consider it. A lot of the interesting cards that aren't legal in Explorer or Pioneer, well, I mean, they are enticing. Very, very interesting things. Treacherous Blessing does not save them, I don't think. If they have removal for 2 to take out Ghalta, it would. Ooh, the thingamajig. Yeah. Rite of Oblivion or... Okay. Nuts.
Dang! Oh!
Well, I'll get rid of Rockfall Vale. I have Stomping Ground in hand. Oh. This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes, and you might think 20 lands is too low. I gotta say, probably not. Probably not. Do I want a Boseiju who endures? Well, take out a Doom Foretold. Might be nice. I kind of want a commercial district, though. Play it, surveil, see what's on top. Ooh, I love a Carnage Tyrant. I mean, they are just dead, so close-ish. Braids to trade with Palani's Hatcher, okay. Down to 2. I mean, Carnage Tyrant is better than potentially a land underneath. We'll see. Had to be as aggressive as... Phew. I was going to say I had to be as aggressive as possible. Take him down as low as I could. Try and get him. Kind of tempted to go with Hornet Queen. Honestly, they have a lot of sacrificing things. If I have to choose to sacrifice a creature, I like to have 5 creatures in one. To really it would put a damper on the opponent's plan. Let's trim 1 Hulking. We'll trim 3 of the Carnage Tyrants. Carnage Tyrant does not have haste. If I play that, I might just get sacrificed on the following turn if I don't get to attack with it. Tyrranax Rex at the very least, there's a good chance I get to connect at least once. If the worst case scenario is I play it. But that hand is, well, an instant keep. Absolutely. Commercial District, always lovely on turn 1. Getting that surveil, maybe seeing if there's a Sunken Citadel, but a reasonable chance to get 1 turn ahead. That's pretty powerful stuff. I like a Ghalta. I like it. I like having a thing that kills the opponent right then and there. Sunken, beautiful. Maybe we see another one next turn. Of course, you could only play 1 at the moment. Or we see another Sylvan Scrying or another Archdruid's Charm to grab the Sunken down the line, and poof. They're feeling pain at the moment. Without land destruction from the opponent, we will get to 7. Not next turn, but it's good enough. Don't play anything. And oh, you have a bunch of artifacts and enchantments that make me sacrifice a creature or a permanent. I mean, this is not it's not the best thing in the world, but we have to maintain Palani's and Regisaur 100%. Need that hasty aggression. Hornet Queen, I think, has to be it. I would have gotten rid of a Vaultborn, of course, if I knew I was going to draw one, but 2 Vaultborns would be pretty good. Just going with 1 next turn. I like it. It is pretty hilarious. All their stuff hinges on me having stuff out. And I don't have stuff out, so it could be mostly useless. The Tithing Blade artifact for 1 in the black. When it enters, we have to sacrifice a creature. I don't have creatures. When I have creatures, they might just be dead. It would be nice if the opponent, well, if both sides revealed their hand at the end of the game. We haven't won yet, but I do feel pretty good. Would they just play Yorion into nothing to have a big creature with flying? I think they're thinking about it. I guess not. Perhaps searching for a Sheoldred? Or another Doom Foretold? Or a Rankle? Or a Demonic Intuition? Blind Obedience. I have faced that before. Folks, I have faced that before. All the creatures entered tapped. We would have killed them next turn, but now sadly we don't. Painful. Maybe we have to sacrifice Vaultborn, but it would enter tapped the copy on their turn, which it would untap on my turn, and I would still get to connect. I might just do the absolutely ruthless stuff, even though every creature enters tapped. It's tempting. Kind of want to play both Vaultborns. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do that. See what that draws out. Maybe I can get an Archdruid's Charm or something. Another Vaultborn is interesting. I don't think they have too much exile stuff, but if they make me sacrifice, I get copies, triggers, more draw, get to Archdruid's Charm. I could have done the Ghalta thing. They could have swept next turn. Then I would have lost everything, had a bunch of life. Probably would have recovered. Doom Foretold, not too bad. We're really just looking to take out Blind Obedience. But again, they also might not have a sweeper. Okay, they exiled a permanent. That's reasonable. Nothing I haven't seen before. Don't exactly need another Sunken, but hey. That's how it goes. Another Vaultborn. Get to Archdruid's Charm. How many Archdruid's Charms has a... Oh, Boseiju. Boseiju does it. Okay. Strap yourselves in, folks. It's about to get good. Real good. Phew. Phew. Oh boy. Oh boy. The clock is ticking. No Thoughtseize. Don't do it. Well, Thoughtseize can't even get rid of Boseiju. We're on the cusp. This is actually quite interesting indeed. Beza, you might need a little bit more than that to save the absolutely ruthless onslaught. It's about to be dealt. It is nice to have a healthy 32 life at the moment. Oath of Kaya? Doesn't matter. We just wait to the end of the opponent's turn and we smoke him. Commercial District, let's make this next turn even... Oh, don't need a Sylvan Scrying, but even more deadly. Yeah. Yeah, I'll attack with everybody, see what happens. Good chunk, good chunk. Right. I'm putting 2 stops on their second main phase and at the end. I want to see if Yorion bounces Blind Obedience. I'm not too sure they will. I think it would just be Oath of Kaya. Yeah. Good. And we'll let that happen. Now they're dead. Dead as a doorknob. There you go. Oh man, that was a slugfest. An uphill battle if I've ever seen one. Whew. I gotta admit, it is a little bit hard to stay positive through that, especially with an enchantment like Blind Obedience. All our creatures and artifacts enter the battlefield tapped. It's pretty hard to kill when you can't kill that turn, and then you have to wonder in the back of your mind, do they have a sweeper? Did I play right into it? I have to play conservative, but I also want to keep up the ruthless aggression as much as I possibly can. And let's play another Ghalta. Let's make it extra certain. Extra ruthless.
Get him a body bag! Yeah!
A nightcap. The nightcap of nightcaps. Oh boy. No funny business from you. Dead. Done. There's 101% ruthless aggression. That's what you want to finish on. Whew. It's kind of a toss-up with a deck like that. Facing a deck like that, you just never know exactly how it's going to go. Are they going to make you sacrifice every creature, discard and sacrifice? Are you going to get a foothold? But that's not the first time I've won against an opponent. Not the same opponent, but somebody using Blind Obedience. They were also using whatchamacallit, Authority of the Consuls. 2 enchantments that have the opponent's creatures enter tapped. Really very painful. And yeah, just interesting that 2 different ones in a single day were using it, because it's not super common. Not at all. Whew. Yes. Be Well, Squad Painter, Victor, Samuel, Makej. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Babala. Cut. Blue Blur. Who else? Commander Crane. Anybody right now, later on, whenever it is, wherever it is, even if you're in Poland, around the world, Chile, Rome, Texas, have a good one. Have a good rest of your time zone. If you're traveling especially, maybe you got some good rest. Maybe you passed out before I started tonight. So if you're watching it in the morning, I'll have a good drive to work. And see you next time. Peace. What do I want to press? Well, something good.
What in the hell just happened? How did he do that?